Okay. Your goal is to play to start playing the keyboard as a hobby. Nothing really serious. You just want to play simple songs, just for your own enjoyment, or maybe to entertain your families, and you want to play. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. But you don't. I know you don't really want to get deeply into music theory, anything like that. But at the same time, you're not going to get a free ride. You still have to learn a few things. You still have to learn some the basics of on how to play, the basic on how to play the keyboard. Um, First of all, you need to know the names of the keys on the keyboard, all the white keys, all the black keys, and on my keyboard, the lowest key, the lowest note is a C, and the highest note is also a C. And if I start playing, if I start playing just the white keys, starting from the lowest C on my keyboard, I will be playing C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Then after that, after the seventh note, B, I got it. I have another C, which is the octave of the lowest lowest C on the keyboard. Uh, the advantage of learning the notes on the keyboard is that those those same seven notes that I just played before reaching another C repeat themselves all over the keyboard, from start from 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 the beginning of the keyboard to the end of the keyboard. Those same seven notes repeat themselves. So once you know the first seven, and if you add the octave, the first eight, then you know all the white notes. You know the names of all the white notes on the keyboard. Okay, but I don't know. Maybe your keyboard may start with a different key, with a different note, and it may end with a different key, or a different note. Okay, so what about the black keys? What are the names of the black keys? Well, as you can see, if you on your keyboard, the black keys are located between white keys. So if you play a white key and then you play the well, let me put it this way. The name of those of the notes on the black keys are in relation are, are in relation with the white keys that are close to them. For example, you have C as a white key, which okay. Now, if you play the black key, which is just a half step above that C, that white key, that C, you raise that C a half step, you play the black key. Well, that black key, its name, it's sharp C. It is C sharp. Okay. Now, the next note, which is located right after the same black key I just played, it's a D. Okay, now that black key basically has two names, and this is called enharmonic. It is a sharp. It is also a flat. It is a flat. It is a sharp when you raise the C, the note to the left of it, the C. You raise it half step. You got a C sharp. Now the note to the right of it, which is a D, if you lower that D half step, now the same note that you called a C sharp, now it becomes a D flat. Okay? So the next black key that I see, it is located after right after the D note, which is a white note. Now, if you raise that D one half step, and you play the black key, that's a D sharp, and the note to the right of this black key, which is D sharp, it's an E natural. Now, if you lower that E half step, okay, then you're gonna play that black key again, which is now an E flat. You go to the F, you play the note right to the, you play the note half step. You raise, what I'm trying to say, you raise that note F one half step, and you play F sharp, and the next note is G. You lower G half step, and now that's a G flat. Okay, now you go to G, you raise G half step, that's a G sharp. To the right of the G sharp, you got A, you lower A half step, now you play A flat. The next note is A natural, white key. You raise it half step. That's A sharp. And to the right of A sharp, you got B. You lower B half step, and you play B flat. Okay, so the names of the black keys, you got C sharp or D flat, D sharp or E flat, F sharp, F sharp or G flat, G sharp or A flat, and A sharp or B flat. So you got C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. Now if you go backwards, you got B flat, A flat, G flat, and then you got F, then you got E flat, D flat. Those are the names of all the white and black keys on the keyboard. But the best way to learn the notes on the keyboard is not by knowing the letter names of the keys. It's better to apply numbers to those keys, to those notes. That will help you play those notes in any major key. Because if you're gonna play the notes that I just played, those are in the key of C major, and you heard the names of them. Now if I play those 7 notes in another major key, such as F major, those names will change. So that means now you're going to have to say different names. But if you use numbers to identify the keys or the letter names, if you use numbers, those numbers you will be able to apply those numbers to all 12 keys, to all 12 to all 12 keys, taking in consideration the chromatic scales. If I tell you to play note 1 in the key of C major, you're gonna play the first note. So if you put numbers on those notes, so C will be 1, D will be 2, E will be 3, F will be 4, G will be 5, A will be 6, and B will be 7. So you have seven notes in the major scale until you play the root you started with in the first place. Okay, the root which is repeated here as octave. Okay, so it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can play the octave as 8. Okay, so then you're probably saying, well, what about the black notes? Can you put number on them? Of course. You know, they're going to be whatever number you have. It's going to be, if you have 4 F, and you play that's 4, number 4, F sharp. Okay, then since the note number F in the major key, F in the C major scale is the 4th note. So if I play F sharp, that's a sharp 4. Okay, F sharp. Now this is F. Raise it half step. That's F sharp. Okay, so F sharp is the 4th note. Okay, then sharp 4, and so on and so on. Okay, so if I tell you to play F in the key of F, you're gonna play F. You say, oh, I'm okay. Let me play F. Then you have to find F. If I tell you to play note 5 in the key of C major, you're gonna play. No, if I tell you to play G in the key of C major, you're going to, oh, where's G? You're going to look for the G. Where's G? Okay. If I tell you to play C in the key of F major, you're going to find it. You're going to try to find it. Oh, where's C? Where's C? Where's C? Remember, this C, that's in the key of F major. What about, so when I told you to play C, when I told you to play C, you didn't even know what C I'm talking about. Okay, what C? Because there are several C's on the keyboard. Okay, and depending where you start your scale, those C's may not have the same numbers. Okay, so if I tell you to play number 5, note number 5 in the key of C major, so you're going to look for note number 5. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you end up on G. You don't have to look for G. You just look for the number. Same thing. If I tell you to play note number 5 in the key of F, then you find the root, which is F, and you got 5, and you play C. It's the same thing when you have to build chord. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be you use numbers to build the chords. Okay, progressions. For the chords actually, to identify the chords, okay, like let's say C major, all right, okay, D minor, A, and so on and so on. We use numbers also, but those numbers, they are Roman numbers, okay, they, like this, like those numbers here, okay. We use Roman numbers we use Roman numbers to identify the chords, and those numbers only go up to 7. Okay, when you pass the 7 now, it's gonna be a different story. You might end up with 2, 3, stuff like that. But those numbers, they go up to 7, to 7th. So if I build a chord, if I play a C major chord or a C major 7th chord, that's 1. Okay, that's 1. That's a Roman number 1. If I play a D minor 7 chord, that's 2. Roman number 2. If I play E and if I play an E minor 7 chord, that's 3. Okay. If I play an F major 7 chord, that's 4. Roman number 4. If I play a G dominant 7th chord in the key of C major, that's 5. Okay, Roman number 5. If I play an A minor 7th chord, that's 6. Roman number 6. And if I play a B diminished chord, actually it's a half diminished here. If I play that in the key of C major, that's Roman number 7. This is a half diminished chord. Why? Because you start with the B and you got a minor third and you play another minor third, and now you play a major third. So it's not diminished yet. It's half diminished because because you play a major third at the end of it. So what I'm gonna do next time is to play the major scale in the key of C major, and then use those numbers, on all the notes, even the black notes in the chromatic scale, and then see how we can derive chords from them, and then name those chords as well, and then try to build some chords, and then make progressions out of those chords. And I know that that might be that might be a little bit too much, a little bit complicated for the starters. But if if you want to play the keyboard by ear, you still have to do some work. It's not going to be just a free ride. Okay, so next time it's going to be I'm going to tackle the major scales and the numbers that are associated, the numbers that are related to all the notes in the scales. Until then, take care. Bye.